the end, but maybe you might.
Zoran Mamdani has insane plans for America. Among them, abolishing the family. Strap in, because this is about to get crazy. Welcome to America Uncovered. I'm Chris Chappell. Before I begin, YouTube has really been putting the screws on this channel. So I want to try something that worked on China Uncensored. Leave a comment below with the American flag emoji. To show YouTube's algorithm, we've got engagement. And while you're down there, be sure to subscribe because YouTube secretly unsubscribes people as well. So, last month, a panel was held in Chicago at a conference called...
Yeah, I don't know why YouTube does that weird stuff. It'll just randomly unsubscribe people, and people will tell me, like, yeah, I have to resubscribe. You know what's going on? I'm like, I do not know, man. That is YouTube magic.
Socialism 2025. Now, judging by the number of masks, you'd think this was some kind of Mortal Kombat fan meetup. But what they discussed was far more deadly than any Sub-Zero spine rip. I'm talking about socialism.
Hey, and shout out to my man Luke. You open up the call-in line, say only $8 left, chat. Haha, oops, never mind. Hey, shout out to my man Luke. And he opened up the call-in line. All right, give me like 5 minutes to go ahead and post the call-in link.
For some background, this event was organized by Haymarket Books, a far-left nonprofit publisher whose name comes from the Haymarket Massacre, a violent confrontation in 1886 between Chicago police and anarchist labor activists that led to the deaths of at least 11 people, including 7 police officers.
Well,
radical, but not in the cool 90s kid way, more like the depressing Gilded Age sense of, oh God, we're really doing this again. Among the speakers and moderators were some prominent members of the DSA, the Democratic Socialists of America. You may have heard of them. The DSA is the country's largest socialist organization. It has campaigned on a wide range of issues with varying levels of popularity, such as raising the minimum wage, free childcare, free college, abolishing the Electoral College, abolishing the Senate, reparations for slavery, abortion on demand, abolishing the police, abolishing prisons, seizing the means of production, cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria. To accomplish these somewhat lofty goals, the DSA has helped get its people into office. Some of the more prominent members include AOC, Cori Bush, and Rashida Tlaib. And of course, you have the group's newest project, New York mayoral candidate and card-carrying DSA member Zoran Mamdani. The DSA sees his candidacy as the key to seeing its goals realized. Here's New York City DSA member Daniel Golden.
With Zoran, we're in basically the best possible position to seize state power that we can be in because, you know, we're like this, right? DSA has regular meetings with him, let alone his team. His policy director is my friend.
I mean, damn it, why y'all all gotta be fat though? That just kind of assumes that y'all all are just lazy. You don't want to work hard and you just want to get the spoils, or at least some of the spoils of those who do put in the work. I mean, if you guys were in shape and weren't all fat asses, we wouldn't think y'all were just lazy.
And I've been working with his campaign manager for well over a year. You know, I have friends who are in his staff.
Good to know. So the Mamdani candidacy isn't just about getting free bus tickets in state-owned grocery stores. It's really about upending society as we know it. And what better way to do that than overturning the most basic building block, the family. I'm just going to give you a few choice clips.
That the only real difference between marriage and prostitution is the price and the duration of the contract.
We can fight for family abolition. We can imagine family abolition because we have seen Black women do it, because we have seen these like indigenous communities do it.
But you know, to me it is the institution of marriage can only exist alongside the criminalization of sex workers.
There's
nigga,
there's a lot going on there. Let me just collect my thoughts.
Yeah, that irritated me too when I first watched that. I watched that before he showed it, and I'm just like, oh my God. It's like, bro, we're gonna have a generation of lost women and they're gonna be called feminists, a generation of straight up cat ladies who are gonna be miserable and on, well, either psychedelics or psych meds. I mean, hopefully psychedelics, who are just going to be depressed. And they might not be that depressed. They choose a psychedelics route.
Okay. So according to these people, our society is capitalist.
And shout out to my man Luke spreading that positivity. He says chat is full of intelligent people, and I can't wait to hear from you all. $2 super chat gets you in a live and get you in the live call. It's well worth it. I'm fat and a baller set. Haha. Hey man, Luke, it's different for you. Pretty sure in your age you was a stud, and you're actually a hard worker. But I would say this: if you socialist guys want to make a good point, can y'all not be, just look like the most laziest people in the world? Just don't look like the most laziest dressed. I mean, y'all could have been in suits, and I'd have been impressed. I mean, well, at least y'all took the time to dress yourselves. Y'all not even take the time to dress yourselves or take care of yourselves health-wise. Of course, you guys want socialism, of course, because you don't want to work hard. I get it. It's written all over their face, Luke. It's a little different for them.
And the foundation of that society is the nuclear family. Families, they claim.
And shout out Kindly Bluey. Appreciate it. He or she says, I love your work. Great stream. Hey, I appreciate the support. Really do, guys.
Are little miniature examples of capitalism. Dad is the boss. Mom is an underpaid sex worker who is dependent on the boss. And kids are basically slaves. The family embodies the idea.
I mean, it's kind of funny because I was about to say, sounds like the good old days. I mean, the dad was working, the mom was at home taking care of the kids. The kids had their own chores delegated to them to learn responsibility at an early age. Young Junior would go out there and, I don't know, ride around and do a paper, pizza delivery, whatever. And then the young girl, she'd be inside, maybe 18 years old, find a young lad who's also 18, both virgins, get married, and your daughter lives a happy life as a married woman, just like your wife. I mean, the dream that escaped us. I mean, that shit that ran off into the sunset on us, man. We do not have that luxury, but I mean, hey, it's nice to dream though, right? Right, guys?
Idea of private property and instills capitalist ideas.
Oh, and shout out to my man Seth. He says, hey, Luke, chalupas are great. No shame. Shout out Seth. He said, and shout out to my man Vlad. He says, Zelensky can't even bother to wear a suit. I know, right? Man, the disrespect. I mean, I wouldn't even say the disrespect because it was kind of funny because the man was pretty much made to look like he's always in war. Like the man's always ready to hop up and pull a pistol out of his back pocket or something. Like it's just the way he was dressed it was like propaganda to make it seem like, what you mean he can't wear no suit? The man battle ready. He got to jump into action at any moment. Vlad, come on, man. You don't know how it is out there in the field in Ukraine. That's wild out there, bruh. It's like, come on. Shout out Vlad scene though. And let's get to the other one. Shout out Topaz. Topaz. She said, if Spartacus is a Republican, then I'm a communist. God damn. Okay, then. Shout out. So, if Spartacus is a Republican, then I'm a communist. Well, I know what is Spartacus saying.
Technology in future generations. Therefore, the only way to overthrow capitalism is to overthrow the family itself. I know that's a lot to take in. It lies in the face of pretty much every world religion, whether you're Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Buddhist, or what have you. Even if you don't have a religion, calling your wife a glorified prostitute is probably a bad idea.
Yeah.
Also, the DSA's whole spiel comes off as
kind of disrespectful towards I don't know, the union of marriage. Like it's kind of disrespectful towards that because they're doing this under God, and you're kind of making it seem something like insidious, or oh yeah, well she's only there as a prostitute that he has to pay for. Yeah, I know that he dedicated his life through in the church in front of God. But it's nothing though to you guys. I mean, maybe because y'all don't share the religious values of marriage, but hey, it is what it is.
Racist? Remember what they said.
We can imagine family abolition because we have seen Black women do it.
Yeah, single motherhood has been really awesome for the Black community.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, that's the whole reason why we didn't vote for Kamala. We're too scarred from female leadership. 80% of Black households led by a female. 80% of those kids end up in prison. I mean, 90% of the black men that are in jail, or even black women that are in jail, single mother household. So excuse me if we're scarred from black leadership, or I'm sorry, but from female leadership. Every time we see a female leader, in the back of every black mind, even the liberal ones, I know you guys feel it too, there's a female leadership. I don't think we want to do that. I mean, trust me, we've been ran off it. And look at our community. Does it look nice? Do you want to trade? I thought so.
Suggestion here is that you all listen to Tupac's Dear Mama and get back to me. Anyway, we abolished the family. So now what? Who takes care of the kids? Well, in DSA fantasy land, it's the state.
Yep.
But since we haven't achieved full communism yet, I guess it'll have to be the DSA Child Watch program. How are the reviews for that, by the way?
So we do have Child Watch at all our general meetings. They're not like super prepared. They had someone drop off a 8-month-old for the first time. That was like the first time they had a baby, and they're like, oh, I would never, my daughter's 15 months old. I would never drop her off at Child Watch because I know that she would just be insane.
Oh, God. This is honestly the most depressing thing I've ever covered. We're supposed to hand over our babies to these people so that parents can go do communism?
Yep.
And yet, even if you are a communist,
it's complete abandonment of responsibility. I mean, we have responsibilities to our kids, society, to raise good kids so they can be a good member of society. And we kind of just abandon that for some reason. And we need to get back to it. Because, I mean, it should be a point of national pride at a certain point and love for your race and community. But, I mean, these days, it does seem like, it does seem like, I'm going to be real with you, I have to blame the liberals on this one. The liberal philosophy is to not really care too much about your background or your history, especially if you're white. Well, but then if you're black, I mean, you damn near got to make your identity.
Policies are still insane. Early on, the Soviet Union introduced the Family Code, which legalized civil marriage, made divorce easy, and decriminalized abortion. They tried to replace families with collective childcare and communal kitchens.
How that work?
But that led to a crisis in juvenile crime and homelessness.
Yep.
And these orphans became known as the Besprizorniki, which was a national embarrassment. Joseph Stalin, ever the pragmatist, rolled back these policies, restricting divorce, banning abortion, and glorifying motherhood. The same thing happened in Mao's China.
The one thing, think about it. It's like when you go so far left, you damn near got to go all the way right when you see the results of what happened. It's like, yeah, there was barely any babies being born, and the babies that were being born were turned to criminals in the street, impoverished. So it's just like, maybe we should support families, so these kids can grow up in a stable household, even if it's a poor one. I mean, hey, at least they got a mom and a dad, better opportunity, better things could work out. I mean, come on now, guys. We've seen the effects of single motherhood across the board throughout history, and then we're still trying to promote it like it's something to be propped up. Wild. Like, did we not learn any lessons? Like, is our pride that much? Like, is that pride? Are we really going to let our pride shoot us in the foot like that?
Collective childcare and communal kitchens were created to replace the family. But as the famine created by the Great Leap Forward got worse, the state had no choice but to sit back and let the family retake control. And let's not forget Cambodia. Under Pol Pot's regime, children were taken from their parents and put into communal dormitories in order to break selfish family bonds. After killing a quarter of Cambodia's population, the Khmer Rouge was overthrown by Vietnam, who then undid the regime's anti-family policies. What I'm saying is, these policies replacing the family have been tried, and they've never, ever worked. Every moderately successful communist regime that tried it threw these ideas in the garbage. Do you know how extreme you have to be for Stalin to be like, whoa, slow down there? This is what the DSA is pushing for and hopes to achieve it through figures like Mamdani. Now, some conservatives want Mamdani to win, if only to show off the absolute insanity of these policies.
Man. On the other side, you have the guy running in New York, Mamdani, right? Okay, who's like a straight up communist.
I want him to win.
You want him to win?
Yeah.
Bro.
I think every 20 years or so.
Wait.
We need Every 20 years or so, we need a conspicuous, confined experiment with socialism so we can crack it up again.
But honestly, is it really worth it?
What?
Sure, you could hand over America's...
What? Bro, what? That's like saying we need to go through a 9/11 again so we can re-experience the fear and want to have a new, I guess, interest in national security. Like, maybe we need to go through that terrible moment again so we can relearn the lesson. It's like, bro, what? What the hell is he saying? Hey, yo, hey, that's a Democrat? I hope not. I hope that's not that guy's not on y'all party, because y'all need to get him out the fold. He wild.
Mere city to these maniacs just to prove a point. Maybe it's better that they're not given the opportunity. Maybe they shouldn't be given the power and the funding to try their radical ideas. Maybe DSA childcare shouldn't be the go-to for a city of 8.5 million people. But hey, that's just me. What do you think? Leave your comments below. Also, YouTube has a habit of demonetizing this channel and not telling people when new episodes come out. So stick it to Google by heading over to America and...
She says, do you, as a handsome motherfucker black homie, feel you mean less? Or is there a loss of family values in the US? I mean, there is a loss of family values in the US altogether. But here's the thing. It's honestly been pushing the black community for a while now. Like a while. And one through government assistance and other things. Actually, this is a perfect time to cross over into this video. I mean, shout out Seth. Perfect segue into this video. And I do appreciate the comment. I do. You have good taste, my friend. But yes, let's get right into this video because it does explain, like, honestly, my whole argument altogether on this whole family values and the effects of it and the effects of them trying to, like, I guess, devalue it, because it is quite a valuable thing. Like, family is way more valuable than and it's what built great nations. Like the United States, we were built off having great families throughout all classes, mom and dad. Like, it's like the mom and dad family dynamic shouldn't just be for the upper class. It really shouldn't. It should be throughout the whole thing. It should be throughout the whole class, rich, middle, but poor, middle, and rich. But let's get right into it. Why do rich black kids still try and act gangster? Well, guys, let's get right into it because this was a pretty deep conversation, in my opinion.
I have like friends or areas, you're in a middle class or upper middle class area, and a lot of times the black kids will all of a sudden start acting like gangster and thug, and it's like pretending like they're gangsters when they're not. And sometimes.
Oh, and shout out to my man Daniel Castro. They don't realize all of the failures in New York City is to drive down land costs so that the mega rich can run out the poor and build up the area purposefully. Man. And shout out, hey, don't make S.E.T into a professional victim. Oh yeah, no. Trust me. I don't think I'm held back by anything. But I do like to look at history as a lesson on what I need to preach to, well, I would say viewers and people in my community. And I try to like reiterate the lessons of the past so we can go to a more prosperous future. Because people in my community are a bit hard-headed. But don't worry, though. Don't worry. I'm okay with working with hard-headed people. I have that much love for them that I'm willing to do it. I have that much love for the American people that I'm willing to deal with the hard-headed ones as well. Hey, what can I say? I'm a loving guy. Most of the time.
They end up getting killed and stuff for them.
And going to jail. We got one of the wealthiest black suburbs in this country, Prince George's County. I mean, people probably middle 100,000 or more per year, which is just okay in that region. But the thing is, a bunch of them live in these big houses, getting locked up, involved in this stuff. Why? They're watching the music, listening to it. We've adopted it. Oh, this is our culture. And now we're doing the work of this same group that's funding it. That's what they want us to do, to die.
Yeah, they want you guys dead or in prison.
Right. But instead of them doing it, they now have us not only psychologically destroying each other, but physically going out and taking each other's lives. It's real.
True.
No, that's one of the biggest problems of the black community.
One of the biggest problems in my community, and I think almost all communities, that, well, we kind of snake each other. I mean, black people want to talk all day about, oh, white people are our biggest threat and all that good stuff. And I will say every day, I'll be like, no, sadly, it's ourselves. We're our biggest threat to each other. Once we work things out within our own community, we'll feel a whole lot safer. I promise you. because I always do like to reiterate. It's like, dog, every time I got into a fight, I mean, I got into a fight with more of my own kind, people who share my complexion than white people, Hispanic, I mean, Asians. Like, let's be honest. And yes, I fought other people. Yes, I fought other races, but mainly my own. Like, when I got shot, who you think I got shot by? My own damn people. Sometimes I wish it was a white person so I could sit there and play victim. But no, the reality is I'm more endangered by people in my own damn community. They're more likely to hurt me than some random white guy on the street. But still, though, there's not no reason to be scared of people in my community. That's just me understanding the reality of it.
That's the biggest problem. Well, welfare and stuff. What do you think about that? How that was kind of pushed? The family. That's a better question. The family destruction of the black.
Yeah, so
that is the big one.
People got to understand, welfare is not the problem. That's not what
destruction.
It's the destruction of family. What they said was, because who gets hurt by the state giving you money to help you? Nobody gets hurt by that. That's not what they did. When they came in, same group organized and orchestrated this, they said, okay, look, because the first part, people leave this part out. Before they started welfare, they systematically removed black men from occupations. They created unemployment in the black men. They don't talk about that part. Black men start losing the jobs on the shipyards and things of that nature. So
just move the jobs out, or what do they do?
They just start
down, and
they just start shutting it down so that black men couldn't get those jobs.
Man needs work. They need a purpose.
So you already know what's happening.
I'm pretty sure white people can relate to that too. Certain cities that your grandparents are working in, or even parents, when they shut down the factory and the local businesses, like the big buildings, and they move them overseas or to a more profitable state. Yeah, that caused a lot of low income housing. That caused a lot of poverty, and high crime. I mean, the black young men or the men that would have just started working are now trying to find a way to make their life work in the streets, trying to find a way to make money out of the streets instead of out of a factory or an office. Why? Because, well, all opportunity is left. They don't have the money to just move up and go somewhere, so they got to deal with the environment.
To a man on the inside, if he can't take care of his woman.
Not saying that they still couldn't have done their best to avoid that lifestyle. I'm not going to give any type of excuses to those guys who decide to sell drugs and give themselves fed time. No, all accountability to them. But I can understand how they came to that conclusion of, you know what, let me just sell drugs out of the hood. No, you sold drugs into jail.
And this, so then after that, they came into the women and said, hey, we know you're struggling. But we'll give you some money on one condition. If no man can be in the house. See, people don't know that. So literally, we know what they used to do?
I think a lot of people are now starting to understand that now. It's like, yeah, the only reason you could get Section 8 housing, get government funding is if you're a single woman with kids with no man in the house. And that led, even I've heard these stories before, where guys would sneak into the house to go see their kids, their girl, you know, try to be a dad for like, 30 minutes? And how well you think that works? Only can be a dad for 30 minutes, then you got to leave before the guy comes around, or else your kids and your wife is going to be kicked out onto the street. I mean, it was a very tough reality. I'll be real. I mean, I could not imagine.
Literally, human services used to come around, and for you to get your check, they go in the house and look in the house, look in the closet. Is there a tie? Is there anything that says a man is here? If there's a man here, you don't get the money. So now imagine what that does to a black man. You can't get job, you can't get work. But now, if you don't let your woman get this money from the state and be the man, her new man, then she can't feed the family because you can't feed them. But if you do let her get it, now her new man is the state. Jeez. And you got to even pretend like you're not there. You got to know when not to be there when this person comes there. So as a man, you start saying, my family's better off without me. So you're not trying to abandon your family.
You start feeling worthless, like you're hurting your family, and that's just got to be the worst feeling.
Yeah,
I'm not black, and I'm so angry.
And then to be real with you, like those guys shouldn't have succumbed to that defeatist attitude to the point where they got to run out on their family. But it would happen. That's what happens, guys. I mean, that's just the reality of the world. It's like some people fall for that psychology of having that defeatist attitude. My family's better off without me. If I'm in the picture, I mean, what? It just makes it harder on them. I might as well leave and let them get this government funding and let the government be their daddy. And I mean, you know, look how that turns out. I mean, you come back years later and your kid's on drugs and your daughter's selling themselves. You never know. It gets wild like that.
You're hearing this. That's just like evil.
They do it, man. Look, on some level, they start with us in America anyway.
Yeah.
They start with us in America, but like we talking about drugs, they started in China.
It goes to other cultures too, exactly.
They take it, whoever will let them do it.
Mhm.
And then you face the same thing, and we don't talk. So I don't know. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Until I saw Europa, I'm gonna be honest. This is gonna sound weird. It's gonna sound very weird. I'm being honest. I'm focused on black people.
I like being honest.
You know, I always do like how I'm able to judge black topics by always including one, personal accountability. Like, yo, those guys sinister came to that and left their families. But I can also understand the situation that not everybody has that mindset to persevere through those type of conditions and still be there for their family. I mean, it's tough, but I mean, not as people. Everybody likes to act like they have that mental fortitude until they're put under that type of pressure. Then you start realizing how weak a lot of people are.
I'm telling you the truth. I didn't know white people could feel pain. And what I mean is, like, I'm so knowledgeable about what's happened to my people from white folks. The idea that somebody did something, I didn't even. But when I saw what happened to the Russians, jeez, to this day.
No, he ain't lying though. I mean, this is what kind of also took like that. Oh, that what was it? Like I said, I used to be a liberal, so that natural hatred of white people was kind of sewed in with it. But let's go back to what he said.
So I don't know. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Until I saw Europa, I'm gonna be honest. This is gonna sound weird.
Okay.
It's gonna sound very weird. I'm being honest. I'm focused on black people.
I like being honest.
I'm telling you the truth. I didn't know white people could feel pain. And what I mean is, like, I'm so knowledgeable about what's happened to my people from white folks. The idea that somebody did something, I didn't even. But when I saw what happened to the Russians, jeez,
man.
To this day, I respect Russians. You know why I respect Russians? Because having gone through slavery here.
I mean, here's the thing. A lot of people don't know what happened to Russia during, I mean, what was it, the Volodymyr? I think that was the Ukrainians. But there's a lot of history that's been scrubbed where millions of people died. And trust me, it was not recorded. Now, I don't want to get too far into it because it's a bit of a banned conversation. But I mean, look, all right, look, if you're part of the Discord, I'll play the documentary that he's talking about, Europa. Because even when I watched Europa, the full 11-part series, sweet Jesus, but the full 11-part series, even I had kind of had sympathy for white people at a certain point. I was like, damn, I ain't gonna lie, I never thought y'all went through anything like that. I thought it was all good since, like, of course, y'all had y'all skirmishes between each other, but I didn't think it was that extreme. Like, god damn, like, what? Millions of people dying, women getting raped back and left and right, and being killed in front of their children? This was all going on in Russia and Germany? Like, what the hell was going on? And they didn't tell us this in the history books. So, yeah, I kind of had a little bit more like sympathy for white people just off learning more about history.
And knowing our story as a race of people, 500 years of really 2,000 years. I know my people's history. The fact that they survived and bounced back, I have to respect them.
It's pretty, you know, what they went through is pretty crazy. And that film's insane.
And they're back now. There's Russian people now that are strong and standing their ground. I respect those people. And they white, but I gotta be real. Once I saw what they went through,
bruh.
Oh man, I didn't know. You hear these terms, Bolshevik Revolution.
And here's the thing, though, if you ever watch Europa, they had like the victims and all that, telling what happened to them. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, like, look, I ain't cry or nothing, but I ain't gonna lie, I was damn near close. I was like, ooh, really? And a lot of people don't know that this happened, and it's like surprising, like, because you could tell people don't know that it happened based off how people talk about World War II.
They don't teach it in our schools.
But you don't know what that means.
They don't even teach it. They only teach the Holocaust instead. That's
or
all.
Russian Revolution. I thought some Russians was fighting each other. Yeah, there ain't no Russian Revolution. We know what revolution it was.
It was a 20, 30 million purged, tortured, killed, massacred.
An extermination campaign against Eastern Europeans.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that y'all faced that. I know what y'all did. I didn't know that somebody was coming to exterminate y'all. And they were farmers. See, my people from Emporia, Virginia. They were farmers, like my grandparents. And they came from a family of farmers. That's what my people did. So they easy, you know, I don't know if you know about farmers, but these easygoing people, country folks, live off the land. When I saw that these were farmers, and farmers don't mess with anybody.
No, they just minding their own business.
They took their food and then starved them. Said, you gonna eat your children?
Yep.
We had learned that.
Yeah, when they said the Russians, they eat their kids over there, they're cannibals. It's like, nah, they took their food off their farms, bro. Took the food off the farm and said, and they're like, what are we gonna eat? Yeah, your children. I mean, good luck. I mean, that's something you got, right? Yeah, we're gonna sit there and systematically starve you. And that's exactly what they did. And that's exactly what happened. Kids were being eaten. I mean, it was, but a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people just run off with the jokes that, Russians are cannibals without really knowing the history behind it.
Russians was cannibals. So I used to talk, yeah, these white folk, they're a bunch of cannibals. That's their history. I didn't know it was because somebody came in to starve them and the children died. And so they didn't have anything else. I didn't know that.
Yeah, now you feel
so I'm out there insulting people who were victimized because I didn't know the story. I saw Europa, send me back up.
They also like starved the Germans, raped all the women. They raped women, 8-year-old girls they're raping. They're coming through.
Bro, they was calling white people the N-word. Like literally white people were being called the N-word. That was like wild. Like N-word whites was literally a thing back in that day. I was like, I could not imagine. But you could literally look this up. N-word white people. They'll literally type it in. N-word with the hard R white people. I mean, type it in. You'll literally see that was literally rhetoric back in the day.
Just like killing anyone trying to stop it. They don't teach us that in history.
It was a European extermination campaign in the 20s. This is one thing we don't talk about. What we see happening in the world today, this is a second attempt. We don't realize black people, the Garvey movement was in the 20s. This is the same time that this extermination campaign or Eastern Europe. So black people were being slaughtered in America. Our communities were being burned down and destroyed. Our leaders were being run out of the country. Same group of people.
Do you think a lot of the hate is deliberate between black and white people? I think it's being engineered.
Absolutely. Look, we'll see if we start doing it. We're gonna start going. We get close to the.
We'll switch over pretty soon. We'll switch to Rumble for.
Yeah.
We'll go a little more, and then we can maybe switch and go in. Yeah. So
I'll say this: are there legitimate issues that black people have with white people that I can say maybe doesn't have anything that I can't say doesn't have anything to do that are legitimate issues in terms of white folks have done to black people? Yes. But every time I open a book to just get more information on it, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I don't even want to do it because I know I'm gonna find this group there, and then because I'm used to saying white folks, and I want to hold on to some of it, but it's like every time I go there, y'all are doing it. But it's always some of them that are the ones sponsoring and starting it.
But we're not going to go too far into that group. So, but we will go ahead and end it on this note, guys. I do got to go ahead and get something done early in the morning. But shout out, man. I do appreciate support, guys. Make sure you guys double tap that screen. Let me know if you want to get into more band conversations like these. So shout out to my man, Jake Shields. But all right, guys, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. This has been Set with Set Media. Appreciate the support, guys. And I will catch you guys once again, like I said, tomorrow. Make sure y'all like and subscribe and hit the bell. Guys, today modern AI is quite advanced, except two problems. It is censored and it takes your information. Well, it's hard to find a tech company that don't. But let me introduce you to one. Shout out to my sponsor, Venice AI, which allows you to protect your information and avoid censorship. Now ask yourself, why should a team of programmers at these leading AI apps be the ones to decide what is okay for you to ask and think? Also, would you be comfortable if the presidential administration could govern what AI tells you? Man, I know I wouldn't. But also, while you think about that, did you know that? Let me tell you this, it's gonna be crazy, but ChatGPT has a former director of the NSA sitting on their board right now, guys. And shout out to that man, Edward Snowden. He called this a willful, calculated betrayal of the rights of every person on Earth. And we all know how Alexa is. Alexa listens to us and recommends products based on our conversations. I mean, talk about a violation of privacy. But guys, these are just a few reasons I decided to team up with Venice AI and get you a better options or solutions to your AI needs. Now, guys, you can go ahead and check these guys out with my promo code. So shout out to Venice AI. Now, if you want to use AI without fear of handing over your most intimate thoughts to a corporation or government, you can get 20% off a pro plan using my link, Venice AI SET, and use the code SET. Man, so shout out, guys. So make sure you guys use the code. Put it one more time for you guys right there. Once again, guys, if you guys want to go ahead and have unleashed AI, uncensored AI, go ahead and tap in with my guys at Venice AI, guys. Hey, this is Set and appreciate the support. And shout out to the sponsor.